The morning was so calm that when we looked into the water, it felt like we were floating in the sky. This dreamy morning ended quickly as we had to make tracks south. Even though we aren't in Alaska anymore, the scenery and anchorages are still gorgeous. Today, we spent some time planning out what boat jobs we needed to get done before heading down to Mexico. We did get distracted by the scenery a bunch, but fortunately, we had all day to plan. Of course, the first thing on the list was fixing the blown driveline. Second was polishing the fuel, and third was everything else. The exit from the anchorage was a bit tricky to navigate with just the one engine, but it was so beautiful that we didn't mind. We're just leaving Cove now, where we hid for the night. We're trying to beat a gnarly weather system that's moving in and trying to get down as far south as we can towards Vancouver. But I don't know, do you reckon we'll beat it?
I don't know. No, we are racing it and we are going to lose.
Yeah.
But we're going to give it our all.
Yeah, because we're going pretty slow, obviously just on the one engine now, which fingers crossed stays okay and gets us there. Look at changing out the fuel filters when we need to make sure the same problem doesn't happen and the fuel gets blocked.
Yeah.
And there's no wind, so the sails aren't being too helpful at the moment.
And when there is wind, when the big weather system comes in, it is going to be a headwind the entire way.
Yeah.
So maybe we can get to a specific spot along the coast, along Vancouver Island, and then sail those 30 knot, 40 knot winds across, so it's not a headwind anymore.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how it goes, but we're just going to be motoring for tonight.
Yeah, unless the wind picks up a little.
It's not going to.
We motored through the night and woke up to just the right amount of fog. So I'm just bobbed down here out of the headwind so you can hear me, hopefully. But thought I'd let you know what we're doing. So we've gone through Seymour Narrows and now we're in what's called Discovery Passage. We've just got the one engine, so to make sure we get through with the current going in our direction, we had to calculate how fast we think we can go with just the one engine. No sails most of the time because we've got a headwind pretty much the whole way. And we think we're going to make it through before the current turns direction because it's quite strong currents through here and we really don't want to get stuck against the current with just the one engine. So we think we've timed it right and we will see. We just made it through the last narrows at Campbell River, travelling at only 2 knots because the current had reversed. Shortly after, the wind and waves really picked up. The weather forecast was calling for a bomb cyclone with winds at 100 kilometres per hour or 60 miles. So we did what all new sailors should do in this situation. We strapped in to take on the storm. Nah, I'm just kidding. We went to the closest dock, which was the Seattle Yacht Club outstation at Cortez Bay, and we asked if we could stay until the huge storm passed. They didn't charge us, but asked us not to use any of their facilities aside from power. So we didn't really film anything until we were leaving. The storm's dying down, so we've got 90 nautical miles to get back to Vancouver and we're going to leave today. Still raining, but because the wind's died down, we're going to head off, try and see how far we can make it, maybe all the way to Vancouver, but we'll see. We're untying us from the dock. We put a whole bunch of extra dock lines on because of the storm. And that was good because it was pretty rolly and rocky up against the dock. We've got fuel filters ready. We've changed the fuel filter on the port tank, the port engine, the one that's working. And we're ready to fix it if it conks out, which it did on our way here and we were left with no engines again. The wind is pretty much dead, so not sure if we're going to be able to sail at all, but we will see. Anything else? I think that's it.
No, it's going to be a good day.
It's going to be a good day. Oh, we haven't heard back if we can get hauled out anywhere in Vancouver or anywhere around there at all. No one's gotten back to us yet with an option, but we have to, so we're going to have to find some sort of an option somewhere. We can't go anywhere like this. So we just stopped to get some fuel, a bit more of a backup, and we're pushing ourselves off the dock just to make it easier, seeing as we have the one engine and we're relatively close to the other side. So we're just pushing ourselves out rather than backing out, because with the one engine on the port side, that'll kind of push us into the dock, and there's no wind helping us now. It's a nice calm way to get off the dock though. Walking us off, float out, and then we can start to turn with that one engine. Not bad. Good practice for us.
We made it.
We did. Good work.
We've had many mornings with super calm water, and even though it means you have to wait a bit to hoist the sails, it's still one of my favourite things about the Pacific Northwest. Sometimes I wonder why we're leaving this place, and then I remember it gets pretty cold here in the winter, and this girl is ready to chase some sunshine.
It's super calm. The water is just like glass. It's beautiful. Autopilot's on, so I'm just out here listening to tunes, checking for logs, which there's been none, which is sweet, and looking forward to having a nice hot shower and washing my dirty hair when we finally get to Vancouver, which won't be tonight. We're not going to make it. We're going to get to Smuggler's Cove, we think, tonight, and then tomorrow night probably Gibson's, and then the next night back in Vancouver. So no showers for me yet, but soon. I have to wear beanies until then because my hair's too dirty, and it's starting to get a bit chilly, so we definitely need to be heading south because I can't be in the cold for too long. I don't mind it, but not for too long. Alright, back to the tunes. We just found out we are going to have a spot to haul out. Darcy just got a call from one of the many places we rang. This one's right in Vancouver, so it's going to be perfect. We can get heaps of stuff, whatever we need. If we need help from anyone, they will be able to get there because it's right in the city. So look forward to a week of boat jobs and a week of on the hard, and then our crossing down to California and then on to Mexico. Pretty stoked, to be honest. It was getting a bit tight there. We needed this done before we could leave, but we also have a weather window to be able to get down. Not a weather window, but we just don't want those winter storms starting. So we're very happy. And it looks like it's going to work out, despite all the problems. But that's what we wanted. That's why we went up to Alaska. Not Alaska itself. We could have gone anywhere, but we wanted to see Alaska. But we needed to go on a bit of a shakedown trip before fully leaving the whole area and the help that's up here. So yeah, we've got a lot of things to do. things we've come up with, checklists, jobs, things to make the boat safer, things you guys have told us in the comments that we need to do. Then the two main things, which is the fuel system, needs a whole thing, as you guys all know. And then the starboard side engine, getting that up and running again. Looks like we're hopefully going to have that part delivered in time as well. So it's all coming together, and yeah, very excited, very happy, if you can't tell. We're going to stop at a little anchorage called Smuggler's Cove and maybe explore there tomorrow if the weather's alright, and then head further south towards Vancouver and see how far we get. We're not going very fast, so we're not used to this, but all around we're happy that nothing else is broken, everything's going okay so far, and we're going to make it back. Touch wood. But yeah, it's been a beautiful day, very calm, glassy water. Oh, there was a dolphin. I don't think I can zoom on this camera, but I'll see. Nope, didn't catch the dolphin on camera. I don't think you would have been able to see it anyway on this one because it can't zoom far. Speaking of which, can I just thank each and every single person watching this, whether you just watched us, which is epic enough in itself, gave us some comments, likes, shared us, and the biggest thanks of all to anyone who donated some money over the past week to help replace our awesome camera that has a 6 zoom and that helped us get all the awesome shots over the past few weeks in Alaska, because we have made enough to cover buying a new one. So as soon as we get back to Vancouver, we are going straight to the shop and replacing it. And I seriously cannot thank you enough. I actually can't believe it. So you guys have helped so much with that, and I'm going to bring you the best damn footage I can possibly get with it. I've loved doing it, and I'm so excited to keep going with it. And I hope you can really appreciate the videos that I will get for all of you, and I will do my absolute best to make it up to all of you, everyone who donated, but also everyone who just watches and comments and likes and just views our videos, because it means the world to me. Actually, I cannot believe it. But yeah, I'm going to make it up to each and every single person watching with awesome footage from around the world to hopefully bring you guys just entertainment, happiness, smiles, inspiration to some of you, and also just get all of your advice, because I love that too and it helps us. So thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you all. Seriously. Where are you going? What was that?
No steerage.
I didn't think more things could go wrong, but we were just about to enter Smuggler's Cove and it's quite tight in there, and we were turning to go in and the steering clearly wasn't working. It had been working all the way here, but right then it wouldn't turn in. So we used the one motor that we had to get us away from the entrance. We don't have a lot of sea room. That's land across from us, so we're heading there and have no steerage. We can stop, of course, and turn the motor off. But I'm going to go down. Darcy ran down to see if he can see what it is, and I'm going to go have a look. We're just going very, very, very slow, so we've got a little bit of time, but hopefully it's something we can fix. Alright.
Hydraulics, the only thing we've paid to have done, has nothing but problems. He didn't connect the steering back properly, and it's now come loose. So we were just about to go through a tight pass.
I said that.
No steering now. Easy enough to fix. It'll only take a second to fix, but man, am I ever irritated at that guy. Terrible work. Just terrible.
Yeah. It's been nothing but problems since we had it done. It was extremely expensive, and it's the only thing we actually got someone else to do for us because we thought we shouldn't do steering ourselves because that's pretty important to make sure it's done correctly. But we had a number of problems with it and not much help from the person who did it. I'm gonna go back outside and make sure we're not gonna hit something. Thankfully it's nice and calm. So we're just heading over there and there's land. And then we kind of went straight past the entrance to Smuggler's Cove, which is over there. Thankfully we didn't turn in and then this happened because it's a very tight anchorage. It's like the last thing you want to go wrong is the steering. Maybe 200 meters. But it's just starting to rain. I don't know if you can see how dark it is. Okay. Just there.
Literally, he just didn't tighten it enough. So this is the problem. Not a difficult fix. So we're happy about that, but just kind of irritated. You know, when you pay for work, you want it to be done right. But neither here nor there. There was no accident. Nothing happened. So all we got to do is this is our hydraulic ram right here, and this bolt goes through this hole right here, and this goes on top of it. So I can even probably almost fix it right in front of you. Stand by 1 second. Let me just reposition here. So that's legitimately all it is. And then it's just got to be tightened properly, which I don't have the exact right tools for. Because we're just trying to get this done quickly. I guess we got to put that on the list of things to probably check before we go out every time.
I'm gonna go check outside. At least we're learning lots and figuring lots out. Let's see. Okay, plenty of room because we were going nice and slow. Thank goodness. All right, let's see. Do you want to take the wheel?
Well, that was definitely intense.
Ah, that's the worst thing. That beats everything that's ever happened.
By far.
I really thought like we've gone through the worst for at least a few weeks.
Ah, you know what though? Let's make a cake.
Let's make a cake. We eat cake when we get scared. When bad things happen, we eat cake. Oh gosh.
Well,
we made it though.
Yeah.
Figured it out, but it could have been much, much, much worse if it happened a week later. I mean a minute later when we were in here.
Yeah, 30 seconds later.
30 seconds later.
It was a pretty easy fix. Like it was a pretty quick, easy fix.
Yeah.
So as soon as we saw what was wrong, it was like, it would have taken seconds, but
still.
Yeah, not ideal.
If we were going right at the rocks in this anchorage, we could literally just have smashed into the rocks, so.
Yeah.
So much to learn on boats. Seriously. Oh, we're safe. Good morning. So after the stress last night of briefly losing steerage.
It wasn't that bad. It was like a 2-second fix.
I'm glad you know how to fix it though. That could have been terrible, like literally really bad. But after that stress, we had a nice peaceful night in this anchorage. It's really beautiful. It's called Smuggler's Cove. And
Smuggler's Cove, actually, it used to be used for like the old rum runners back in the days of Prohibition. So they'd like load a bunch of stuff on their boats here, alcohol and whatnot, and run it down to the States when it was illegal. In modern day here, Coast Guard actually uses it when there's like big storm warnings and vessels get disabled. They bring vessels here because it's so protected.
Yeah, it was nice and calm overnight. Yeah, so we've got to leave this morning. We would love to stay because it's really beautiful and nice and calm and, you know, go free diving or paddleboarding or something. But we've got to head down to Mexico. We do have to head down to Mexico. But first we have to head down to Vancouver and get everything ready to get hauled out, fix all the things we need to. And
go right away.
Yep.
Nice. Well, get on the road then. On the water.
On the road.
It's gorgeous here though.
It is.
Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of thing. Keep it on repeat, tested by the potion, loving this devotion. Live it up, sweet emotion. Every time, every night, you and I on a roll. Switch it up where I'm going. Stay on the fly just in time, know the right way to go. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show. You always take me so high, you always make the highlights. I love the way we vibe, you're like a centerfold. Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Testify the potion, loving this devotion. Ooh, that
If you haven't driven catamarans before, it's quite difficult with one engine because it's on one side, so it makes you turn one way or the other. Made it. Almost. But looking good. So it's a very protected anchorage and really pretty, and you can go for a walk around it. And we saw orcas out the front of it. Couldn't zoom in on them with the camera, but we sat and watched them, which is nice. And it's part of the way between Vancouver and Desolation Sound. So if you ever go to Desolation Sound, if you're in Canada or Seattle or anywhere on that side of America, it's a good stop on the way up to Desolation Sound.
There it goes.
Wow. So we were just leaving the anchorage and the whale popped up right next to us.
all I want is satisfaction. Make a move, baby, you got nothing to lose. Give me that good reaction. Gonna make it right, little like an offer I can't refuse. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show. You always take me so high, you always make the highlights. I love the way we vibe, you're like a centerfold. Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat, testify the motion, loving this devotion. Ooh, that sugar
I think this is what they call champagne sailing. And these are the days that makes it all worth it. All the refit, all the storms and bad weather, all the boat jobs. This is the best. We're racing a tugboat. Don't know if you can see way over there. Going about the same speed, but I don't know if it's a fair fight because he hasn't even put his sails up yet.
Engine troubles don't matter too much when you're sailing, eh?
That's true. You wouldn't even know we had engine problems.
This is gorgeous.
Sure is.
We anchored outside of the town of Gibsons and went to shore to check it out.
We're on Soames Hill Trail. The hike looks really beautiful already, and hopefully we can see the boat from up the top. We made it. It's absolutely beautiful up here. We're the only people, and we can see Supernova. She's one of the tiny little dots way over there.
Supernova is right there. Not the big dot, not the big dot. That's a big boat.
We've just been walking around Gibson's, got some ice creams, and now having a look at this place, Molly's Reach. It was made famous by the TV show Beachcombers, which is the longest running ever TV show in Canada. 19 seasons, I think. Well, I think it's about time we get back to the boat and head to Vancouver. Well, it's been nice here in Gibson's. Beautiful place on the Sunshine Coast here in Canada. Oh, that was the anchor. So anyway, we're going to pull the anchor up now and start heading to Vancouver. No wind as usual, but we'll see. It's going to take a little while. Let's go. Let's get going. Hi. I'm talking to you.
Yeah, let's do this. We just got to back up for a while so we can turn because we only have one engine.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a different process now.
So we get as much turn as we can out of just coasting backwards for a little while. And then as soon as we start moving forwards, we start turning the way we don't want to turn. So it takes us a little while to get steerage.
We certainly got a lot of good practice this trip at a lot of different things.
Yay!
Better than not knowing.
Oh, actually, this gives me steerage in the right direction. Never mind. This was easy.
We arrived 2 hours later than expected because we helped search for a missing windsurfer. We heard over the radio that he was found, so we ducked under the Lionsgate Bridge and into our home port in Vancouver. It was a fitting end to our Alaskan shakedown cruise. Join us next week as we rush to fix the boat in time to leave for Mexico. See you next Friday.